Hello and welcome to LearningEngineer.com, where we engineer learning for efficiency. My name is Michael Langdon, and today I'm going to show you how to write a descriptive paragraph that is a bit unlike other descriptive paragraphs in that I'm going to tell you what it is by telling you what it is not. So you're probably wondering how that works. So as with all things, I like to be able to articulate what I'm going to write before I write it, so that means you should be able to say the sentence before you write it. So what I want to say is that I grew up in a very small town. I grew up in the very small town of Ottawa, Wisconsin. Now I could have said very, very small, really small. Okay, so there's a couple of ways you can do that. Sometimes I like to, I could say I was raised in the really small town of Ottawa, Wisconsin. Ottawa, Wisconsin was the small town I grew up in as a child. So there's like 3 different ones I could write there, and you can write all these sentences frontwards, backwards. So that's really up to you, but I'm just going to go with the first one. It's simple. And then I'm going to tell you what isn't in this small town to tell you what it was like. So I'm going to say, first of all, there were no stoplights, stop signs, or even one. Let's see. There are no. Well, I'm going to write the first part. There were no, because I'm talking about the past. There were no stoplights, stop signs, and not even a from here to there mile sign. And then comma, because this is a participle phrase, telling you the distance to the next town. So sometimes when I can't finish the sentence, I'll just write it out and then I'll articulate the rest of it as I go. But yeah, I generally like to articulate it first. So I dealt with the signs. There were no stoplights, stop signs, and not even a from here to there mile sign, telling you the distance to the next town. On the corner of Highway 67 and ZZ, there was no post office. There was no post office sorting the thousands of letters that don't exist. There were no restaurants filling the air with the aroma of fried chicken, hamburgers, or barbecue ribs. Barbecue ribs. There wasn't even a movie theater showing older releases of movies. There wasn't even a movie theater showing older releases of movies. I don't like that older. There wasn't even a movie theater showing the latest latest movie releases. So I have 85 words. It's down here. So I grew up in the very small town of Ottawa, Wisconsin. There were no stoplights, stop signs, and not even a from here to there mile sign telling you the distance to the next town. On the corner of Highway 67 and ZZ, there was no post office sorting the thousands of letters that don't exist. There were no restaurants filling the air with the aroma of fried chicken, hamburgers, or barbecue ribs. There wasn't even a movie theater showing the latest movie releases. And although it may not have had much, it was a quiet, peaceful place to grow up. So there we go. So now I'm up to 102 words, so I have plenty, and you can see that I told you basically about the small town I grew up by telling you what it didn't have. Okay, my name is Michael Langdon. I am the Learning